I watched for the very first time Lilo and Stitch, the animated version from 2002 as an adult. So my focus throughout this runtime were the thematic elements and what I thought of them. If it's been a while since you've seen Lilo and Stitch, let me just give you a rundown what the movie's about. A tale of a young girl's close encounter with the galaxy's most wanted extraterrestrial. Lilo is a lonely Hawaiian girl who adopts a small, ugly dog whom she names Stitch. That's just right off the bat, the first half hour of the movie. What I admired about this particular Disney film is that the animation is flawless. First of all, it's no Toy Story. It's hand-drawn animation, and a lot of old school Disney fans like myself is craving once again. Some of the dark elements kind of creep through the runtime. I'm talking specifically about Little Lilo. She is voiced by Davalee Chase, and she did a phenomenal job. What really struck a chord with me is that Lilo gets bullied, and we see Lilo at one point at home. She nailed the front door shut, and she's on the ground pouting, and she wants to put a curse on these bullies from school. And I was like taken back, like, what? Voodoo? And I don't know. That just threw me off because this is Disney we're talking about. I like that they took a risk there with having a child feel those things on screen. She's being raised by her older sister, I believe, and she's busy with her own life, and she's doing the best she can to raise Lilo. And it gets to the point where Child Protective Services are down her throat and at the front door. It's a risk that I wasn't expecting Disney to take. A lot of bold choices were made here. Like I said, the animation is, right up any Disney fan's alley. What really sticks with the audiences is the cute little cuddly alien known as Stitch. Right off the bat in the opening sequence, we see him. He's a criminal in outer space, and these aliens want to hold him captive as long as possible. Though he escapes, and he eventually meets Lilo, and the two fall for each other. What made Stitch so memorable was the quirky situations, the troublemaker that he is, the culmination of everything. And I think a lot of fans were taken back by this thing that Disney cooked up, and we've never seen this an original character like this, and they managed to pull it off because I think it's because of the connection between Lilo and her feelings for Stitch. And to be that young adolescent going through these things it's quite the experience for audiences. As I said, Lilo is being raised by her older sister. Her older sister's Nani, voiced by Tia Carrera. She does a great job here. It's like a rough and tumble film. And keep in mind, this movie is set in Hawaii. And that's really also Hawaii in this movie. The beach scenes, it's all a character as well. And it plays into this movie wonderfully. It's a Disney animated film from 2002. So you're going to expect a lot of colors, a lot of bright colors. That's what we get here. What really entertained me were the alien characters that eventually come to Earth and try to hunt down Stitch. I thought they were laughable. They were entertaining. They were fun to watch. I thought that the look to them were really unique. I think this movie also represents the Hawaiian culture, Polynesian culture, quite well. It reminded me of a movie like Moana. I always admired Disney for being really cultured. At the end of the day, the cute little Lilo, she's just a typical girl. You're finding herself in this situation, and with Stitch, it's even more fun predicament. How long has it been since you guys seen Lilo and Stitch from 2002? Let me know in the comments below. Be as honest as you can, guys. Dark Room Reviews is the place to be for these random quirky reviews. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. It's worth the watch. I got a chance to watch it on Disney Plus. Stay tuned for more content very soon, guys. Take care. Folks, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out in the long run. Dark Room Reviews, it's the place you should be subscribed to. Join the channel. It's free.